Audio check. Audio check. Good. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Franchise Fridays. As you can see, we are back with more Borderlands 2. I have already extracted Krieg from the raid area that we left off at last Friday, and I gave him a new look, a new mask, and a new skin to prepare him for the coming challenge, and that is the Digistruct Peak DLC. Now, I've done some reading. Some people say it's kind of pointless to do this in normal mode. Some people say it's even pointless to do this in true Vault Hunter mode and just to wait to ultimate Vault Hunter mode, but we're going to do everything, or at least as much as we can do. I understand certain areas of Digistruct Peak we won't be able to enter due to them being locked off and requiring OP difficulty levels to access, which you can do until ultimate Vault Hunter mode. But again, we are going to do as much as we can. So, before we get into it though, let us go through our opening announcements to allow our other viewers the opportunity to join us for the night's show. So, I am your host, Lord Orfeo. I stream 7 nights a week from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock U.S. Eastern Time. Know that the end times to each of my streams may always be extended. It really just depends upon my personal energy level, the level of enthusiasm we have for whatever it is I happen to be streaming, and the amount of content left to be streamed. Also know that I stream something different for each and every day of the week. Mondays are typically indie games, Tuesdays are retro games, Wednesday is our weekly Just Chatting stream, Thursdays are RPGs, role-playing games, Fridays are typically AAA games, Saturdays are horror games, and Sundays are racing games with multiplayer. So if any of those stream themes are of interest to you, then I encourage you to drop me a follow, and I hope to see you again sometime during the week. And with our opening announcements now out of the way, let us return to the stream of the day. Again, we are here for Franchise Fridays, a stream day dedicated to typically AAA games. And we are continuing with Borderlands 2. Now, I think today we're going to make it through all of the Digistruct Peak DLC. Now, I don't know how long it is, but we're going to try it. It seems like it's not really that long, especially since parts of it are locked. What's the term? Are locked to us, or they are inaccessible areas due to requiring the OP level difficulties to access. So I feel like it's not going to take too long to get through this. And that's a bit exciting to me, because what that means is next Friday, if I'm correct, we will be replaying Borderlands 2 in true Vault Hunter mode. We are going to be starting over, and I am very excited for that. I'm actually more excited for that than I am for tonight's DLC. Because now, I get to take OP Krieg, because he's going to be OP when entering true Vault Hunter mode, because he's already a ridiculously high level for true Vault Hunter mode. And I'm going to get to revisit some of the enemies that may have caused Krieg a bit of pain in the early game in normal mode. And I'm going to have a field day in bringing them pain. So, let us dive into it. And before we fast travel to the Digistruct Peak, I always like going through my gear and my skills and give you an idea of what I'm working with. I know some people are returning, and for you that might be a bit bored. For that, I apologize. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can of course always fast forward. But for those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, you may be interested. So, we are playing as Krieg the Psycho. And he is awesome. And so here is what we're working with. I have a mainly melee build Krieg. I know some people, well, I'll get into that in a bit. I'm playing as a Mania skill tree Krieg, focusing on melee and tankiness. And I have purchased all of the skills that I want in the Mania skill tree, and I am now going into the Bloodlust skill tree. Now, originally with this game, I was planning to do a one and done, which I do with most games. I was going to come in, play through the game, enjoy it as much as I can, squeeze as much joy out of it as I possibly can, and then move on to the next game. And some people said, or rather they were curious as to why I was focusing on the Mania skill tree. And I said, well, why not? It looks like a lot of fun. And they said, well, you could kind of do that and get away with it in normal mode, but if you ever choose to go any higher, you're not going to be able to keep playing with Krieg. And I asked, why not? And they said, well, Krieg just isn't that strong when it comes to melee combat for the Mania skill tree. And they said, you can kind of go Bloodlust skill tree, that's understandable, but you really have to focus on Hellborn, because Krieg synergizes really, really well with incendiary damage, both dealing and actually sort of gaining health from that. And I said, well, for those Kriegs who choose the Hellborn skill tree, more power to them. I mean, I would like to see people choose whatever character they want and whatever skill trees they want, and to just rock them out and have a ton of fun with them. But I believe that you can take Mania skill tree Krieg all the way through the game, and of course, as you continue to level up, you're going to gain more skill points, and people seem to not really think that's possible. Now, I know it is because I have since looked on YouTube and discovered that it is possible because other people have done it, but purely for the challenge of it, I have decided to sort of take up the gauntlet, and we are going to run Krieg through True Vault Hunter mode, into Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, and possibly up through OP10. We will see. So I'll get through the skills in a bit. Let's go back to the gear real quick. And so here's what we're currently working with. We are... Hello, Flat Earth. How are you doing tonight? Welcome, welcome. How is it going? It is going well. Thank you. We are just about to dive into some Borderlands 2 for Franchise Fridays. And I was just about to go through some of the gear that my character is using and some of his skills. And then I was going to dive into the game. How about you? How are you doing? Good to hear, yes. Thank you. I know some people can be very passionate about Borderlands 2 and about character builds and gear and skills. And they are kind of curious about those kinds of things. So I always like to start each of the Borderlands 2 streams by going over that information. Had the day off, so going well. Very nice. Very nice. 1:08 a.m. here in the UK. Oof. So I take it you're going to sleep soon then. Hopefully. Suffering a bit of insomnia. Well, maybe my gameplay will help to put you to sleep, which would sort of be a bad thing, but I guess also a good thing. Well, as I was saying, I have mainly a melee-focused Krieg that also focuses on being tanky. So melee damage, high health, high damage resist, those are really the three things I focus on with Krieg. And so that is why I have outfitted Krieg with what he has. You'll be fine and I'll stay awake, I'm sure. Okay. So for Krieg's main weapon, I have him equipped with a level 30 Vladov Captain Blade's Rapier. I sometimes shoot this, but it's more of a gimmick gun. I don't really use its bullets to kill anything, at least not really. I really have it for its melee perk. It gives me plus 200% melee damage. And stacked on top of Krieg's already enormous melee damage buff, that is a quite sizable melee damage total that he has, in part thanks to this rapier gun. As far as guns that shoot, I prefer to focus on a shotgun for Krieg. I really like him to focus on close to mid-range combat, and shotguns are ideal for that. Something else to note, I sort of handicap a lot of my characters intentionally. So before I focus on strategy, I focus on thematics. I think of how I want my character to play, and then I build my character around that concept. And by doing that, I typically build in certain character flaws. I mean, I guess you could say, like, if you have a character, what do you want to basically do? Do you want to try to make your character's strengths stronger, but ignore their weaknesses? Or do you want to strengthen or shore up the weaknesses to turn them into a better all-around character? Strategically, it might be a better idea, depending on exactly what the strengths and weaknesses are, to focus on building up those weaknesses. However, I typically like to build upon my character's strengths to make them even stronger and not really focus too much on the weaknesses. And this pretty much means that with Krieg, if something is in close to mid-range to Krieg, it's going to die, and it's going to die very quickly and very badly. But if the enemy is a long-range enemy, then I have a much harder time tackling it. But that is sort of the pro and con, the fun of playing Krieg, of figuring out how to beat enemies that are otherwise harder to tackle. The damage has been crazy? Yes. So, the main shoot gun we have is a shotgun. We have an explosive Desperate Ravager shotgun. Krieg synergizes pretty well with explosives. He probably synergizes... Yeah, I'd say he probably synergizes equally well with Incendiary if you go the Hellborn skill tree. But if you go the other two skill trees, especially the green skill tree, which we're getting into, the Bloodlust skill tree, then he synergizes very well with explosives. And it's just going to get better and better the further I get into that skill tree. So I really want his main shotgun to always be explosive. For the elemental shotguns, I do like to have one shotgun of every element. I have a slag shotgun, Incendiary, Shock, and Corrosive. I have to say, at least for my first playthrough of this game, it feels like some elements are pointless. Corrosion is very important to the main campaign. I'd say maybe the later half to the later third of the main campaign, when you're really fighting a lot of robots, corrosion really helps a lot. Slag, I feel, is going to come more into play in true Vault Hunter mode and ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Explosives are always nice. I really can't say I've faced an enemy where I felt like I really needed to use a shock-based weapon to rip its shields apart faster. And I feel like maybe Incendiary is good, but I didn't really focus on Incendiary that much in the early game in normal mode. I think it's because I just couldn't find an Incendiary shotgun. But we'll see how it works second time through. I also have a rocket launcher. The main point of the rocket launcher early to mid-game was really to gain second wind. So if I ever dropped and I had to go into fight for my life, I just whip out the rocket launcher, blast something in the face, and that'd stand me right up. Based upon the skills that I've chosen, I can no longer do that, but the rocket launcher is still pretty fun for other things. For example, if I'm facing a flying enemy and it's really starting to peeve me off, then I basically whip out the rocket launcher and blast it into oblivion. So, still nice to have. For the shield, I have the Rough Rider, and I'm looking forward to upgrading this in true and ultimate Vault Hunter mode. It gives me a little bonus to health, but the main thing I really love about this is actually two things. One is it gives me damage resist of 20% across the board. So it doesn't matter what I'm hit by, It could be a melee attack, it could be bullets, it could be elemental damage, doesn't matter. All damage is reduced from all sources by 20%, and that is absolutely awesome. Another cool thing about the shield is that it has 0 capacity, which means it's always considered to be down. And there are some skills that Krieg has access to, and that I have selected, where he gains additional benefits when his shield is down. I'll show you those in a moment. For my grenade mod, I got lucky during the last DLC, and I found a level 35 Torque rubberized bonus package grenade. And this is really funny to me, because early game, I never, well, no. Let me flip that. Early game, I actually used grenades a lot. And I never really used grenades in Borderlands 1 or the pre-sequel. But in Borderlands 2, early game, I used grenades quite a lot with Krieg. And I think that's because he mainly relies, or I was trying to get him to be mainly a melee character, but he just wasn't strong enough early game to do that. And the guns that I was finding just weren't that powerful. And so I would come across a room full of enemies or a hallway full of enemies, and I would take a grenade. Usually it was a MIRV grenade, M-I-R-V, which is basically what this is. And I would throw it down the hall, and then I would hide behind the wall and out of line of sight from the enemies. And it would just go and bounce and explode and kill some enemies, weaken the rest, and then I would rush in and I'd clean up. And around mid-game, around late game, I didn't really need to do that as much. And sometimes I still come across enemies, particularly bosses, that are kind of hard to damage because they're either vehicles, which can kill me in one hit, which is annoying, or they move around very quickly. And so to have access to basically a legendary variant of a MIRV grenade again is quite nice. And so I'm very happy I found that. I also have a Resist Iridian Relic. This just goes to making Krieg more resistant to damage from various types. And I do want him to be tankier, so he resists fire, explosions, which is kind of nice because he synergizes all the explosions, slag, which is good, and non-elemental, which is great. And finally, we have the Scream Sickle class mod, which helps to boost melee damage even more. It has bonuses to the Silence the Voices skill, which you'll see in a moment. Also bonuses the melee damage output of Krieg, and Empty the Rage skill, which buffs both melee damage and, I think, shotgun damage as well. So, really great gear across the board. On to the skills. I'm Jamera's here. Hello, Jamera. Welcome, welcome. I was in Jamera's stream earlier. Jamera was streaming some Borderlands, the pre-sequel. Jamera is a Borderlands guru. So, if you are ever looking for a very knowledgeable Borderlands streamer, definitely check out Jamera. So for the skills, we have, of course, the action skill, Buzz Axe Rampage, which is pretty cool. Whenever we kill someone in this action skill, we regain full health, and our melee damage gets bumped up by a ton. Also, we move faster. I've also maxed out, this is Empty the Rage skill. Okay, this is just melee. I thought it was melee and shotgun. This is just melee. We've maxed this out along with an item that we have equipped, our Scream Sickle class mod. Empty the Rage gets buffed, so our melee damage is bonused by 32%. And notice it says shield mag bonus plus 80%. That's only when our shield is down or our magazine is empty, we get an additional 80% buff to our melee damage. But since we're wearing the Rough Rider shield, our shield is always considered to be down, so we always get that additional 80% melee damage bonus, which is great. I also invested in Feed the Meat, so the max health of Krieg is bonused by 50%, which is very nice. And actually, Jamera, if you're still here, I had some questions for you relating to some things in regards to health and melee damage. if you let me know you're here, I have some examples I want to throw your way. Let me know. I also maxed Fuel the Rampage. So Fuel the Rampage just makes it so my action skill regenerates faster. I still like to keep this skill, even though I technically don't really need it. Really in case I screw something up. In case I mess up and I trigger my action skill when I didn't mean to, Fuel the Rampage will let me get it back that much faster. And if I take damage, it will regenerate even faster. So I like having it. I feel like it's more of a safety net skill or function rather than something I truly need, but it makes me feel comfortable. You're still here? Okay, cool. After I get through the skills, I'll go on ahead and throw it out there. Actually, I guess I can throw it out there now. So here's the first question. When it relates to Feed the Meat, max health plus 50%. Now, I feel like, and I think it's like this for all characters, not just Krieg. As you level up in the game, every time you level up, your health goes up. Your health pool increases. But here's my question. When you level up and you get more health, is your base HP increasing, or is your base HP always the same? Is your base HP whatever you start the game off with, and then when you level up and you gain more HP, that's considered a bonus that stacks on top of your base HP? If you understand what I'm asking. Your base HP increases per level up. Okay, very nice. It's your base HP if you're not wrong? Okay. So that means Feed the Meat continues to be useful as I continue to level up. Because as I level up, Krieg's base HP goes up, and since his base increases, that means I'm going to get even more HP from Feed the Meat. I wasn't sure about that. Because if so, once you hit like Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, or you're approaching level 80 at end game, Feed the Meat would probably not be that useful. Because if your base never went up, let's say your base was only like, I don't know, 50 HP, that means you get like an extra 25 HP, and if you're level 80, 25 HP is nothing. You'd be better off just getting your skill points back from that skill and throwing to something else. But now that I know your base increases, then Feed the Meat does get much better. Okay, so now here's a related question. Feed the Meat is a required skill for Krieg? Okay. Is the same true of Krieg's melee damage? Every time Krieg levels up, I'm guessing, because I haven't been paying too much attention, that Krieg deals more melee damage. And I would guess it's like that, again, for all characters. Like, at the higher level you get, the more melee damage you deal. Is that true? And if true, is it the base melee that's increasing? Melee damage also scales with level. Okay. I was wondering about that. Base melee scales? Okay, good. I was thinking about this game, and I was also thinking about Destiny. And the two games work very differently in terms of your skills, and so I was curious about that. Like, Destiny works almost the opposite of Borderlands, and I find that kind of interesting, where it's like, in Destiny, your stats never change. They look like they change, don't really change. They're always kind of the same. But what changes is you're basically all the enemies in the game heavily resist you. They resist your gun damage, they resist your melee attacks, and then as you level up in the game, the enemies resist you less and less and less. And eventually you actually get to do your full damage. Okay, so in Borderlands, it's something that's kind of more traditional, where, no, you're always dealing your maximum damage, but your maximum damage increases as you level up. Okay. So that makes certain items more powerful than I thought they'd be. So like with Captain Blade's Rapier, as I continue to level, and as my base melee damage continues to increase, Captain Blade's Rapier is just going to deal more and more damage, because it's giving me that plus 200% melee damage, and that's going to stack on top of my base. So that's cool. Okay. And it also makes the Rough Rider shield a very useful shield throughout the game as well. Like, even if I never leveled this up, which I intend to, but even if I didn't, it's still useful, because the more damage an enemy deals to me, the more damage is going to get reduced via the Rough Rider shield. So, it seems like items with percentages in this game are very strong. And it's also like that with the Resistance Relic, where greater elemental damage, or even non-elemental damage, gets reduced by a set percentage, and that's going to help as we continue to go through the game. So I like that. If it's a stat that isn't equipment tied, then it scales with level. Nice, very nice. I also have Thrill of the Kill. When we deal overkill damage, we get health back. That's very useful. I also have Light the Fuse. So now when Krieg goes in a fight for his life, he can move at normal speed. He can throw sticks of dynamite, which are not really that strong. They don't really deal that much damage. Even after maxing out Strip the Flesh, and we get plus 30% explosion damage when in fight for our life, the sticks of dynamite really still don't deal too much damage. But from what I've seen, they're not really meant to deal that much damage. The sticks of dynamite are just meant to soften an enemy up. So that when you hold up the bundle and you detonate it, that's going to deal a much bigger explosion. Hopefully it will finish an enemy and you'll be revived that way. I also got Redeem the Soul. Even though I am doing single player, I really like the fact that my fight for my lifetime gets extended by 50%. That's really nice. I've also maxed Salt the Wound, so when I take damage, I get stacks, and Krieg deals more melee damage and more shotgun damage. Very nice. I also have Silence the Voices maxed and increased by the Screamsicle class mod. So now Krieg deals an additional 450% melee damage all the time, which is ridiculously awesome. And then Release the Beast. So when Krieg transforms at 30, or when Krieg hits his action skill at 33% health or less, he transforms. He deals even more melee damage than he usually does. And when he transforms, he regains all of his health. And then after the action skill wears off, he gets his action skill back immediately, which is ridiculously overpowered. And we're starting to focus points into his Blood-Filled Guns skill in the Bloodlust skill tree. And I have all of his skills planned out up to level 80, which I plan to get Krieg to. So, lots of fun on the way. Flat Earth says, that's true, multiplicative damage is better than flat damage boosts. And then we have some token skills. We finally broke 10,000. And something else I was going to do real quick before. You can see how close I am to leveling up too. Look at that. I'm almost at 46. I'm pretty sure this DLC I'm going to hit 46. Something else I wanted to do with my Iridium bricks, since I'm not going to need them anytime soon. Because after this I'll be going into true Vault Hunter mode. And it's going to be probably a long time until I need bricks again.
I wonder what it's
I'm just going to blow what I have and up in acquiring the last two things here. It's like, why not? So we'll do pistol SDU. Let's do submachine gun. And pistol again. Submachine gun again. Pistol. Submachine gun. Pistol. Submachine gun. Pistol, and that's it. We need another 5 Iridium bricks to further upgrade our submachine gun.
Don't you hurry back!
But I mean, I don't really have anything to do with these anyway, with Iridium bricks, until I start going into the DLC in true Vault Hunter mode. That's not going to be for quite some time. So I might as well do something with them. I might as well just max out the whatever I can max out. Alright. We are going into... Where is it? Oh, I think it's all the way at the bottom. There we go. Ultimate Vault Hunter Upgrade Pack. The Raid on Digistruct Peak. Let me get my headset. Time for the grindiest DLC in the game. We'll see. I feel like this is going to go by pretty quickly. For two reasons. One, I know we're not going to have access to the full DLC because parts of this mountain, so far as I've read, are locked behind OP levels. And only being in normal mode, we don't have access to those, and so we're not going to be able to progress through the full DLC. But also because I feel Krieg has been kind of OP. In terms of build, but also in terms of level. It seems weird how they balanced out the DLC. It seems like the DLC was made in such a way that after you beat the base game and jumped into a DLC, you can jump into any DLC. You don't have to go through them in order. And whichever DLC you hop into, you might get a little bit of a challenge. But it won't be too much of a challenge because assuming you did all the side quests and of course all the main quests in the base game, you're at a pretty high level already. And since all the DLCs are roughly the same level, as you continue to go through the DLCs and you're still getting quests from completing, or still getting XP from completing quests, you just get stronger and stronger and stronger. And so this being the last one we hop into, I feel like Krieg's going to be over-leveled for the content, at least in normal mode. So, for those two reasons, locked off areas and OP-ishness, I feel like Krieg's going to get through this pretty quickly. But let's see. Alright, the Raid on Digistruct Peak. I wonder if this has a cutscene intro like the other DLCs.
Ugh.
Oh, we got stuff outside here. What's this way? Oh, force field. Interesting. Oh, it's snowing. No cutscene? Aw. Nice little shine there. On the ground.
Guns!
Ah, Maliwan Assassin skin for 0. I'll take that.
Tell your friends where you got that. Tear the bad guys and new.
I always like cosmetics in this game, even if I may never use them.
Welcome to the Gauntlet. Please follow the smell of vomit and tears so we may talk face to face. As the vomit was mine, I recommend facing away from me.
This area gets real difficult in the OP levels. I bet. Yeah, you know it gets difficult when they put a machine here to allow you to rebalance your skills. The OP levels in the first mission are the hardest part of the DLC. Interesting. Tannis!
You will help me, and I will pay you. It is as simple as that.
Dr. T and the Vault Hunters. Welcome to Digistruct Peak. Reward $400, a rare skin, and 1,000 experience. I'll take it.
This gate represents a test of your intellect. Are you clever enough to uncover the secret way to open it?
We might be crazy enough to open it, as Krieg. I think Krieg is fairly intelligent. Well, his sane portion is fairly intelligent. And Creepy is here. Hello, Creepy. I feel like I haven't seen you in a bit. How have you been? Busy? Oh, and let me honor Jamera's redemption real quick. Jamera has redeemed. Tell me a fun fact or tip, my lord. Very well, very well. So, here is a tip. If you ever have a hard time seeing an image on your phone, this is my phone. If you're curious, this is Sarah from Final Fantasy 1. It's my background. But there's ever an image on your phone, you can't see it too well. I mean, you could try using your fingers and doing the whole pinch thing to blow it up, but another way you can do it, you don't have to pinch anything, is to get a glass, fill it with water, and then drop your phone in the glass, and the water plus the glass will actually work to magnify the image on your phone. So it'll be easier to see. So there is your useful tip. Okay. And Creepy has redeemed. Hello, I'm new to stream. Welcome, Creepy. Welcome to the stream for the very first time. Again. Creepy says, oh no, there's a creepy guy in your sock drawer. What do? I guess you let him sniff your socks. And Creepy has redeemed Hydrate. Very well. Cheers to you, Creepy. And Creepy has redeemed Stretch. Very well. Stretch your arms. Creepy says, work, work, work. All work and no play makes Jack a little unhinged. Don't. Kids, unless your device is IPX rated, don't. Jimmy says, ah, yes, let me drop my phone into a glass of water. And the other arm. There we go. Safety third. That's right. Okay. And let us shout out the Creepy one. Creepy was last streaming Remnant from the Ashes. So if you're looking for someone who enjoys science fiction games and Phoenix Wright, then you may want to check out Creepy. And Creepy has also redeemed Tell Me a Fun Fact or Tip, me lord. Very well. Oh. 1 second. Click the wrong thing. Here we are. So here is your tip, Creepy. You can actually use the metallic part of your seatbelt as a bottle opener. So I didn't know that until recently. So, you know, if you're in your vehicle and you got a bottle of something that you want to swig down, you can just take off your seatbelt while you're driving, put it on the bottle, pop off the cap, and there you go. Helpful tip. You can use another bottle as bottle opener. Ooh. Yes, I guess you could. I don't want to see that, though. I mean, it seems like it would be possible, but I've never seen anyone do it before. And stretch the other leg. Okay. Dr. T and the Vault Hunters. Open the door to Tanis's Digistruct training gauntlet. Patricia Tanis has set up a training course for the Crimson Raiders of Sanctuary. Tanis filled the gauntlet, situated on Digistruct Peak, with dozens of digital reconstructions of Pandoran baddies. Before you enter the gauntlet, or before you can enter the gauntlet, however, Tanis has a task for you. You must open a door. Okay. Unlock door.
Congratulations, you are now a genius by Pandoran standards.
Oh. I thought that would be harder. I thought there was going to be a puzzle over here that we'd have to solve, like push buttons in a certain order, or twist some cranks, or throw some levers. That works too. That door was a raid boss.
Exceptional.
Psycho Skin, Lord of Meat. I like that. A history of simulated violence. Gauntlets, gore, and godhood await. Reward 10,000 XP? Wow. 2 grand and a rare head.
Using a mixture of iridium, Digistruct technology, and Scooter's salami-stained fingers, try not to read into that, I've put together the combat trials you see before you. If you succeed, you'll be ready for a new Pandora. A Pandora of overpowered enemies, better loot, and an abundance of nacho cheese. It's been an eventful year. Anyway, off with you.
I could go for some nacho cheese. A history of simulated violence. Survive Tanis's Digistruct training gauntlet. Patricia Tanis has set up a training course for the Crimson Raiders of Sanctuary. Tanis filled the gauntlet, situated on Digistruct Peak, with dozens of digital reconstructions of Pandoran baddies. Her goal is simple. She will record your biometric data as you fight your way through the gauntlet. Then, by using a combination of Digistruct technology and iridium engineering, she will give you the power of a god. Ooh. Come to think of it, perhaps simple wasn't the right word. I want the power of a god. Assemble to begin the training. I want to see what the skin looks like first before I start this quest line. Kirby says, let me find a clip. Set link. Okay. So you beat Door the Invincible. I did. Ooh, I like that. Lord of Meat. That looks cool. That looks quite a bit crazier than the skin he has on now. It makes his eye glow, like, more menacingly red. Let's keep that one. Now you can give judgment. Who was the harder raid boss? Grandma Flexington, Door, or Face McShooty? I'd say Grandma Flexington. To sit there and listen to her prattle on, and then have her question it. So you have to be paying attention to answer her questions. Was quite something. can I climb up here? It looks like I can. Aww. Oh, come on. I should be able to jump up here. Whatever.
Should you die in this gauntlet, I will take it as implicit feedback that I should consider making it easier. I will ignore this, of course. Mass murder can often be a form of quality control.
Kill enemies. Oh, but the door stays down. So I can always run back? Oh, maybe it closes if I go too far in. That could be it. Let's see. No, it stays open. Okay. Interesting. Digistruct Adult Skag. Level 36. Oh, they're all digital enemies. Interesting. I like the music. I feel like that's some cool bit of techno they got going on. Deprivation Depot. Creepy answers face McShooty. Digistruct Training, Outpost 4. Rabbit Skag. Ooh, pretty water. Nice sky, too. Wow, that's pretty water. Wait, what was that? Frail Shock Nova Shield. Ah, the spitter skags. They are so disgusting. Everything here is weak against shock and explosive damage. Hence why the peak set is useful here. Oh, so the enemies aren't weak to what their normal weaknesses would be. Since everything here is digitized, it's specifically weak against shock damage. And I guess also explosives, because explosives make technology go boom. Yeah, continue to next area. What's this way? Why is this clouded on the map? What is it not showing me? Oh, that's that. Okay. So I eventually have to get all the way down there. Wait, did I start there? Oh, there's a train. That's cool. Are there any secrets hidden in this DLC? Like, are there any hidden chests? Purr like a dead kitten. Psycho skin customization. Nice. Unfortunately, the peak set is locked away behind the death of Hatterax. So no broken assault rifle, no fake Nova Shield, and no half-decent relic. Levers. Look for levers that cost iridium to pull. Oh, man. And I just blew a lot of my iridium upgrading the capacities on my submachine gun and handgun because I didn't think I would need iridium for anything in this DLC. Because I didn't think there was going to be a raid boss.
With Brick and Mordecai circling each other's metaphorical jerks over who gets to hunt the sudden abundance of vaults, Lilith and I created this training gauntlet for the Crimson Raiders. You will help me test its relative lethality, so that I may not inadvertently turn half of Sanctuary's fighting force into a gaggle of whimpering triple amputees.
Kill more enemies. I can do that. Krieg can kill. Krieg is a killing machine. Aww, psycho midgets.
You can't control me!
What's this? Oh, looks like Claptrap's eye. Oh, they're dancing. Synchronized skag dancing. Very nice. I'd applaud if I could. Let's join in. This DLC isn't relevant until max level in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. So I have read. The chests give at most better than average loot. Best I've gotten from a chest in this DLC is a perfect pitchfork. I mean, I don't really want to harm them. I think that's cool to see them dancing that way. Oh well. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta kill you. It's the part of the mission. Oh, can I go this way? Nope. All right. Theater of Martyrdom. Ooh. Oh, Iridium.
Stop talking to me! Lucky won't say hi to your face!
So cold! So cold!
Clearance until she lost her bearing. Bloody chunks of meat.
This is a peaceful DLC.
Hurt me more!
Yes.
The linchpin of any good descent into madness. I remember watching my colleagues get eaten alive by a horde of these. Sometimes I replay the memories in my mind whilst eating popcorn and staring absently into the middle distance.
Slag Skag. It's only peaceful due to a lack of surveyors. Oh, good. I was hoping there would be machines around to sell all the loot I'm picking up.
It's a fine day, full of opportunity. Come back anytime.
Am I supposed to jump? I feel like maybe oh yeah, I am supposed to jump. Let me see what else is up here first. When the surveyors come in, that's when you're going to wish you have a hive. Hive is a rocket launcher, yes? Ooh, what's this? 5 bricks. Oh. Hmm. Yes, it's a blue Malawan launcher. Hmm.
You won't find better merchandise anywhere else. I made sure of that.
Trying to see if there's anything I can explore, if there's anything that's kind of hidden around here before I drop all the way down. Butcher base. Any hidden vault symbols anywhere? Oh, can't jump over there. Oh well. Oh, what have we here? Kill more enemies still. Bar tank, and what is that one? SPR tank, what does that stand for? Spar tank?
Go for the gory! It's rampage time!
Befriend enemies. Just kidding. Kill them.
With the overpower upgrade in your possession, you will be able to change the strength of your enemies at will. You'll be like a god. Though, no, maybe that isn't the right word. Designer, perhaps?
That's not a good thing. That's what she's talking about? The power of a god is OP? I mean, you get better gear, so I guess that's kind of cool, but the enemies get harder as well, so I would call that a god-type thing. Spider tank and barrage tank. Okay. Let me ask you another question. Those two are tame in comparison to what you can find in later OP levels. Let's say, I know you get better gear, or you can get better gear in the OP levels. So let's say I'm at OP 10, right? Excuse me. And when in OP 10, I go into one of the DLCs, and I go to try to farm for the Rough Rider shield. Can I get an OP 10 Rough Rider shield that will be better than a Rough Rider shield that I would find in just standard Ultimate Vault Hunter mode? Or no? Yes? So would you say then that it might actually be better to play the game in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode than to get through OP10 at Digistruct Peak and then to restart the entire game on OP10 in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode? Like, that seems like the only way to do it to get the best gear. I mean, like, some items you can get from farming, like, I can just go get an OP10 Rough Rider shield once I hit OP10 here. But to get something like OP10 Captain Blade's Rapier, well, that's a side quest weapon. Like, the only way to get that would be to go through OP10. I mean, I guess I could just not log that specific quest and wait till I hit OP10 and then do the quest, and then maybe I would get the quest at that level and get the reward at that level. That could be it. But I don't know. OP10 Rapier you don't need. Actually, yeah, that's true. Because it never gives you more... I mean, it would give you more gun damage, but I don't use it for gun damage. It would only... It's not going to give you more, like, melee damage. So that would be awesome. As long as it's slag, it's fine. Yeah. So you have to avoid quests in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode in order to get them at their OP10 variants. If that's the case, then I think there's only one side quest I need to avoid. And that's the side quest for the Rapier. Though, now what I'm tempted to do, and I'll think about it as I continue to play through the game, is to beat the game in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, get to OP10, and then restart Ultimate Vault Hunter mode in OP10 difficulty, and just play the entire thing through in OP10. Cult following need to be avoided as well. Could you do that? Or would that, like, erase something that you would need if I restarted? Like, could you restart Ultimate Vault Hunter mode from the very beginning in OP10? The Flame of the Firehawk is too good on Krieg. I wouldn't use Flame of the Firehawk. I mean, when I first get it in True Vault Hunter mode, I might use it. But I really, really love Rough Rider Shield. You can't do that, you don't think? Okay. On console, at least. Headshot Headquarters.
I don't know come here. Make just some hate. Let me loose! How can I snap your neck if you don't have one?
What was that?
Hurry, you I'm starving.
Oh, it's a rat. I hate the rats.
I'll survive. You won't.
Why don't you come down here? I'll be back for him.
You can still run. It's on their scouts. I want anything you can.
You can reset Ultimate Vault Hunter mode in OP10, yeah? Ooh, how? Play through select menu. Alright, come on. I'm not gonna waste ammo on you. Shoot me. There you go. There you go, a little bit more. Perfect.
Heed my wrath!
Vault Hunter, this is priority 1. I need you to disarm a series of camouflaged explosives hidden in the combat garden.
Pick up 5 snow onions. Snow onion? Is that really like Bigfoot poop or something? Oh, are those enemies down there? Oh, those are cardboard standees of Jack. Hover over the ultimate Vault Hunter mode option and press Y, or whatever your controller equivalent is. Oh, okay. I think that would be triangle on PlayStation. Interesting. Obliteration Station.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with the snow onions?
You see those so-called onions in the ground? They are, in fact, camouflaged Hyperion explosives designed to attack the raiders where we are most vulnerable, our gardening battalion. Gather the onions, but do not pick the carrots.
Okay. Snow onion, a history of stimulated violence. Actually delicious if fried.
Yes, continue picking the onions. They are bombs designed to punish Sanctuary's vegetarians. Or they are onions. Either way, remove them. Thanks to you, my garden is combat ready once more. A well-balanced diet is the ultimate weapon of mass destruction.
Okay. I'm tempted to pick that, but I don't want to blow this part of the mission. Garden of Violence? Is that what this is called? I guess we'll have to come back here. Oh, they blew up his statue. I wanted to blow up his statue. Oh. Are we here already? I don't think so. Why do they all have to run away? Why?
It hurts! It hurts! Can smell you. Can hear you.
You can run. You can't run for long. Hello. Ooh, who is he? Flaming eyes. That is a strong sniper. Blaster Nomad.
Quit making me work for it.
Spider tank, does whatever a spider spank can spank.
Hey!
The Blaster Nomads are enemies for this gauntlet. Unique enemies, I should say.
Just play with me! That's for gunners!
There we go. That's a brave challenger.
You've exceeded my not inconsiderable expectations. Head to the next area.
But wait. Oh, it's not on the map. I would die. No, I was looking at this area. Was I here before? I guess so. That door's open. Headshot headquarters. Okay, so I guess I was here before. Oh, I was. Okay. Decimation destination.
Stop talking to me! Stop judging me! Thanks, brother!
Oh! Up there, huh? Alright. Can I get up there? There we go. I didn't think they would jump down here. I'm glad they did, though.
with me 1,000 times! The pain goes here!
Are we almost done? I feel like we're almost done.
Oh, I'd forgotten to hit this ostentatious button reading spawn more enemies.
I can go that way, or I can go this way. Okay.
I'm coming for you. I get his bunk now. Get out! Get out! Get out! Leave us alone! Some nice gear you got!
I know. I worked hard for it. Almost done. The final challenge for now is the fight against the assassins.
The pain goes here!
I felt like this was kind of a short DLC. Because you can look down from the point where you, from the point when you first meet... Is that her up there? No, it's not her. When you first meet Tannis, you can kind of look around the whole place. It doesn't seem like that big. I mean, it's varied. I liked it. I like the verticality. I like the mountains. I like the snow. I think the place looks really cool, but it just doesn't look that big. Now, this DLC probably lasts a lot longer on OP10 when everything is a lot harder to kill. And when, you know, you unlock the rest of the areas. So prep for Oni, Watt, Wreath, and Roof.
You're nearly finished with the course. In keeping with laws of drama, however, I have saved the most difficult task for last.
Coliseum of Laceration. I like this. They're all trapped in here with me.
Get out of my head! Stop judging me!
I love fighting the psychos the most. Because they'll actually come at you. Oh, Digistruct Assassin Wreath.
If you can count to 4, you shouldn't have much trouble taking these assassins down. You might have trouble fitting in on this planet, however.
Roof. Oh. What?
Vault Hunter! I gotta tell Jack about this!
And Oni.
Stop hitting yourself!
Fast Judge.
Prepare for a great deal of text.
Higher overpower level. You have completed the raid on Digistruct Peak. Try completing it again at higher difficulties to unlock more levels of overpowered enemies. The Judge is a rare drop from 1E. I feel like I've heard of the 1E before. You lucked out here? What does it do? What is its special thing? 35 Jacob's Fast Judge. Damage 1802, accuracy 95.2, fire rate 18.7, reload speed 1.8 seconds, 8 bullets in the mag. I am free now, plus 63% critical hit damage. Fires as fast as you can pull the trigger. But it's... oh, it is revolver. I thought it had a clip. I think it's a better blue Jacobs gun. Let's see. Borderlands. Judge is a unique pistol manufactured by Jacobs in Borderlands 2. It is a common drop from Assassin 1E located in Southpaw Steam and Power and Digistruct Peak. Special weapon effect, I am free now. Bonus critical hit damage, plus 30% additive critical hit damage, and plus 25% multiplicative critical hit damage, and increased projectile velocity. The Judge is of higher quality than most Jacobs pistols of the same level, and boasts some additional critical hit damage. While it is quickly surpassed by later blue rarity or higher pistols, it is a good weapon early on. Interesting. No clue. I don't use it ever because the Maggie exists. I thought maybe that had something to do with the sheriff badges. But I guess not.
Digistruct chests out of nothingness. Were I a dullard, this might make me develop a god complex. Having survived the gauntlet, you're ready to take on the overpowered enemies. You may still die, of course, but now I'll at least do you the courtesy of being surprised.
It's a quick elevator. So I'm guessing over here is the OP only areas. That's why it's not showing up on my map. Oh, I think this one was closed earlier.
Lock and load.
Actually, hold on. What was that relic? Strength relic. Cooldown override enhances melee ability? No.
Always happy to do business with a vault hunter.
Yeah, that only lasts us like an hour and a half. That was really short. I feel like that was the shortest of all the DLCs. But again, you know, if we were going up against stronger enemies, it probably would have taken a lot longer. It actually took longer getting through some circles of slaughter than it did. Actually, no, I take that back now, because we've been doing this for an hour and a half, and some circles of slaughter we can get through, if they don't glitch, in like 20 minutes. Alright, good gauntlet, everyone. History of simulated violence. Survived Hannah's Digistruct training gauntlet. Congratulations! You successfully killed a bunch of simulated living organisms. And also in the gauntlet.
I may have just lied to you.
Wear your torso like a hat. More history of simulated violence.
My lower lip tastes like me, but my upper lip tastes like Tandoran lip destroyers, which are a local delicacy if you don't mind your lips being ripped from your face.
More history of simulated violence. Gauntlets, gore, and godhood await.
Please assemble here and we can begin.
And we've leveled up. Level 46 Screamsicle. And a new head. Did we get any tokens? No tokens. But we did get a skill point. Blood-filled guns, level 3. So we can do it all again? Is there any benefit to doing it all again? I mean, I see we're going to get like a purple rarity gun. But is she just going to keep doing that over and over again? Oh. That's kind of scary. Wear your torso like a hat. It's infinitely doable. Keep that one on. Well, since that was very quick, and it seems like this is a harder variant, let's go through it once more. Once more, with feeling.
Let me loose!
Now, instead of casually just walking through, I'm going to try and
Yeah.
see if I can get through it at a faster pace.
Stop talking to me!
This is like the nicest water in all of Borderlands right here.
Yeah. No, no, no! Shut up! The pain goes here! You're not ready! I wonder if I plant you. Let me loose! You can't get rid of that. Kill the little man! Confusion! A pain of many parts! I hate me! I punctured you!
I guess this is like the halfway point.
Welcome to my humble shop.
That's why there's a machine here.
2 words, my friend. No refunds.
Krieg has no fear.
Rampage and fill the red bar! Get out of my head!
Krieg is an amazing vault hunter.
Don't stop moving. That's how the orphans will catch you.
Hadn't heard her say that before.
Can taste you already. You have stolen. I will avenge him. Stop hitting yourself! Ladder him around.
Vault Hunter, this is priority 1. I need you to disarm a series of camouflaged explosives hidden in the combat garden.
I think this time I'm going to try to pick the carrots. I mean, I'm still going to pick the snow onions first. Okay, that was where I equipped up by accident. But I want to see if I fail the objective to pick a carrot after an onion.
Yes, continue picking the onions. They are bombs designed to punish Sanctuary's vegetarians. Or they are onions. Either way, remove them. Thanks to you, my garden is combat ready once more. A well-balanced diet is the ultimate weapon of mass destruction.
Oh, the onions didn't respawn, so I guess you can only do that twice. Oh.
I specifically instructed you not to pick the carrots. They aren't dangerous or anything, they're just gross.
I'd say they're dangerous. There's always more history of simulated violence. Like, this is going to be our final run through for the night. Who is he shooting at? No fear!
I can't hear you!
Ooh, interesting.
You're pissing me off! Bird!
Nah. Krieg's flesh is forever.
Nothing makes me stronger than a sucking chest wound!
That's right.
Get it! Yeah! I taste it on me! No one touched you! Dark and cold. No! I'll feed your skin for your whole life! That way too! You can't control me! I deserve this.
Am I going the right way? I don't think so. This way. Also, I post a link to the Hatteraxe mission to the Discord if you want to take another crack at it. I am going to take another crack at it.
That'll teach that cardboard standee.
That's right. I am going to take another crack at it, but I've decided to wait until I get through true Vault Hunter mode because I don't like the Hatteraxe fight. So far, that is the only fight in all of Borderlands 2 I have an issue with. And the reason is really because of the nature or the fighting style of Krieg. If I was playing probably any other Vault Hunter, it wouldn't be bad. But with Krieg, I focus on melee attacks, and that means that anything that runs at Krieg, anything that chases Krieg, is very easy to kill because I specialize in melee attacks. With the exception of maybe like the Robo Dinosaur boss in the Torg DLC, because if that hits you, it's almost like a one-hit kill. Or I guess a two-hit kill. But aside from that, I need to be close to the enemy. And with Hatterax, I can get close to the enemy, but it's a pain because it's a worm, and so it keeps digging and going, bouncing around back and forth around the arena. And even when I'm able to catch up to it, I still can't kill it because after a certain amount of time passes, it just regenerates all of its HP. And so it's not hard to kill in that it kills me repeatedly because it doesn't kill me. It's hard to kill and then it keeps regenerating its HP faster than I can damage it. And that's something I really dislike. If it didn't have that HP regenerating ability, then it would be like the easiest boss in the whole game to kill. But because of that one little cheap HP regenerating trick, it's a pain in the rear end. So I just decided I'm going to wait till I beat True Vault Hunter mode, I get more OP gear, I gain more levels, and then I'll go back and I'll try it again, and hopefully I'll be able to dish out more damage at a faster rate than it can heal. So the HP regen can be cancelled. How? Slag it or ignite it. Interesting.
That'll teach that cardboard standee.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste ammo, but it's going to take him a long time to drain my HP. Oh, maybe if I run away, though. That might force him to chase me. Let's see. No, he's still up there. Maybe if I run further back? There we go.
I looked into the heart of darkness, and I ate it all.
I have found a way to combine Iridium and Digistruct technologies to change the nature of life itself. The overpower upgrade awaits once I analyze your training data from this gauntlet.
I almost forgot I had to run up the steps, so I was just gonna run and just leap off of here. That'd have been horrible.
I want everything you got. Mission loving, quit making me work for it. Bury you with the rest.
Ignite preferably, which is why the toothpick,
Just
the retainer, and the mouthwash help a lot during that fight. Everything you need to know is in that link I sent. Okay.
To keep my crushing sense of ennui at bay.
the pain goes here. You can't get rid of me that easy. Just die already! I need to drown in your blood!
Shoot everything. No, I will stab everything.
finished with the course. In keeping with laws of drama, however, I have saved the most difficult task for last.
Nice savor. Another walking meat puppet. Come to me, rat sponge. Dribble the fat, mop it up. Oh, crap. It's that Vault Hunter. I looked into the heart of darkness, and I ate it all!
Prepare for a great deal of text. You may now wash the metaphorical blood from your hands. The gauntlet is complete.
Alright. That was pretty fun.
Catch a gun! Ugh, never doing that again.
It was the slab class mod. Max health, okay.
Check back later to see my new weapon of the day.
I may have just lied to you.
Skirmish submachine gun. Decline. Alright. That's not a bad way to farm XP. It took like 20 minutes this time. Between 20 and 30.
Guns! I got them, you need them. Tear the bad guys a new one, huh?
Alright. Let's change our outfit. And we are going to get... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I shifted in my chair and I activated accidentally. It's not a bad way, but not the best way to farm XP. Okay. He looks so cool. Let's get into a new outfit to prepare for our true Vault Hunter mode playthrough. And I know exact which outfit I want. A little homage to Borderlands, the pre-sequel. Put another shank into Bobby. And pick the scab till it bleeds. So it looks like, from the map, it looks like all this area is still blocked off. So I guess these are the OP islands, or the OP part of the mountain. I think that's going to be fun. There we go. We got our action skill back. Okay. And back on out. Well, we didn't make our 3-hour stream. We barely made a 2-hour stream. Yeah, I thought it would take a bit longer to get through that DLC. But it's fine. Alright, so this is actually going to be it for tonight. We have finally finished all of Borderlands 2, at least normal mode. So when we return next Friday, I'm very much looking forward to this. We'll be going into, I guess, new game.
So, you want to hear another...
Oh. Wait, what just happened? Hold on.